their military base, attacked them, leaving one of the police personnel injured. The food did not digest well because we are scared. We cannot dispute the fact that it has always been in the news. In case of emergency, we speed up anti-insurgency efforts. Only large-scale troop deployments can defeat Boko Haram, coming from northern elders.
There's some destruction from somewhere.
Good afternoon and welcome to Newspaper Review on African Renaissance Television. And on this show, we try to review our dailies, talk about the major happenings in the country, and we'll see how we can render solutions to them. I am Mary Valizi, and have with me here in the studio,
Edith Hussein.
Edith Hussein. Okay, let's add Asaba. Good afternoon.
Hello, Mary. Good afternoon.
Like you're always smiling, no? I don't understand. You're always smiling. What's the secret?
Mary, I'm happy to see you.
You that not saw me not quite long.
I'm very happy to see you.
I hope you're not trying to whine me on this show. No problem. Thank you.
No, now. Once I see you and Edith, I know that you are giving them odds to odds.
There's a problem. Okay, so quickly we start with the Punch newspaper. The big story on the Punch, we have ASU rejects federal government's proposal, begins 2-week strike today. Today is 13th of October, as we all know. So the strike begins today. And the rider says union snubs government peace talks over unpaid arrears. Others insist on industrial action. Federal government says no work, no play. This one is federal government's reply to their strike. I think I like the bus, but don't worry, we'll see the full story. Okay, NANS commences move to resolve lingering crisis. Wow. So, according to ASU, the strike commenced midnight yesterday. That was when they started. So this was like, I think they said there was an agreement with the federal government as of the year 2009. It did not start now.
No, it didn't
So
start.
federal government is trying to say that even us on the other hand, they are not a kind of talking peacefully. There's no peace talk between them and the ASU trying to resolve the issue. You know, if I need something from you, if I come and ask you for that thing and you say, okay, I'm going to get it in a particular time, then if I don't get it at that time, you get, that is when, because the Minister of Education Tunji Alausa also talked about the federal government, which is according to him the president himself, saying that they are going to disburse 50 billion naira and another 150 billion naira still to this academic, you understand? But maybe because they have not done it, also don't have that patience, they want enough payments, welfare, and a lot of things that they're asking for. So federal government is actually had to fire back at them again and say no work, no pay. So does it mean that ASU they are not working? You know, the thing is, every year, every time on this show or on this newspaper, you are here, so you will see what I'm saying. I don't think there's any time that has passed 6 months, Edith, that has passed good 6 months without we hearing.
ASU has not strike, yes.
Oh, you notice it as well. So it's like it's
Of course,
every
it's every year. They can even do it like 2 times in a year.
Twice a year,
Yes,
3 times a year.
yes.
Like they're always there.
They just want to come out.
That is like
That
I think
is
they're
what
doing
this-
this for fun.
Yes.
play the picture of their
They're
strike.
asking for areas.
Oh,
Yes.
this
So
is
that's why the federal government are saying no work, no pay.
Yes.
Because let's say you're going for strike for a salary that you worked for and has not been paid, to be a different thing. But this one, even if the government had promised you areas and whatsoever, and they've not complied, it's not enough reason for you to go to strike.
So
Let me read what
You've not even worked for it. Why the areas?
Let me read out what the Minister of Education says. Okay, last Wednesday, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, disclosed in Abuja that the government had entered the final phase. Now you see that that's what is not having patience enough.
Yeah.
The final phase, right, of talks with ASU and other unions to resolve lingering disputes over welfare. I said this whole thing is about welfare. That is
it
just the
now.
problem.
Yes.
Now, funding and
Yes.
implementation of
It's
the
about
2009 ASU/federal government agreement. So whatever agreement they had was since the year 2009. I know it has come a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But
Long
you
time.
should understand that even in the Nigeria political system, I don't think we have one president in 2009. We've changed government.
Mhm.
Even in ministers,
Yes.
we've changed. It has not been the
We've
same person
changed.
that has been ruling Nigeria since 2009 that is still ruling. Things has changed.
Yes.
So when a new person comes in, I feel like if you enter into an office today, you have been elected into a particular office. I think if I have been here having a particular issue over something before you entered, then I should give you time to understand that you were not even there, right?
Yeah.
When we were complaining about this thing. So you still need your own time to structure things, to want to get to answer us, you understand, or do whatever we're asking. So because if you tell me there's an agreement between the ASU and the federal government, this was since 2009. So someone that is smart enough will know that the president we have now did not enter that seat since 2009. So he wants to disburse a cash. So they had a peaceful talk. They've come to the final phase. Why is ASU not having patience? Why are they not being patient enough? Okay. So that's the
They
Minister
want
of
to watch
Education,
the
Lausa.
student. They must
Yeah,
come
so
out.
he noted that the Tinubu administration had already made significant progress with the release of 50 billion naira for the payment of earned academic allowances. And not for those that have not worked though.
Yes.
Okay. While another
Yeah.
150 billion naira had been captured in the 2025 budget for needs assessment to be dispersed in 3 tranches. But declaring the strike, Piwuna stated
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished.
Okay, welcome back. Still on the newspaper review. So talking about ASU, here is it. Instead of even going further into what they have been saying, I believe every school, just like that, you always say, can make money, and that's the truth.
Yes.
It's not like these
Yes.
lecturers don't have another source of making money. I'm not saying if you are working, you should not be paid. People should not misunderstand me here. If you are working, right, you should be paid. But if federal government is saying no pay, no work, that means let's all agree to the fact that there are still lecturers that don't go to school. It looks like that cost rep do
Yes.
most of the jobs for them. They
Exactly.
are
Of
signing.
course, they do.
Some of them, you will not
Yes,
see them for
some
a whole
lecturers, you don't see them for the whole
whole
semester. It is still an exam period. They will come to class and just
Then these same people will
share
come and tell you pay me salary.
Yes.
Oh.
They do it all the time. They will come during exam period, share answers, and they will tell you to go and read the PDF. You read and you pass the exam.
They don't come to
That's
class.
what they do.
They have other businesses they do.
They do.
It's not as if they don't even pay attention to students.
So students.
So
If you like, you understand
like-
the
it's
course.
like
If
the
you don't
government has
understand
seen
the
this
course, it's not on them, it's on you. And if you fail, you will come back again.
it's like government are saying, it's everybody are saying no work, no pay. Because they're not even doing
Why
their
do I
job.
feel like this attitude from ASU is deliberate? Because it doesn't affect the lecturer. I hope you know. This thing has to affect
Yes,
the
it
student.
does.
That we
It's the
spend
students.
extra year in
It's
school.
celebrate. And Mary, you know why they do this? Because they feel like the government will look at it like, okay, maybe because of the students, let's look into it and let's tackle this thing. They are doing it in order to, they use the students to blackmail the government. so that the government will quickly respond to their needs and whatever it is.
Because the students here are the ones that will be affected. Yeah, that's the same thing I'm saying.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the blackmail.
It is only here in Nigeria you see people that time themselves up. Okay, this is how long I should be in school. Okay, I have a 4-year course,
Yes.
so I'm supposed to spend 4 years in school. But with this ASU stuff, they get to spend extra year in school, which does not really make sense. And sometimes most of them get tired. You know, there was a time they had one 8-month ASU strike. Some people couldn't go back again. Some ladies became pregnant from their husband house and enter, so they didn't go back to
of
school
course.
again. Some
They
now
stay
discovered
too long.
Now, Mary, I have a friend. He was supposed to write his final exams on Thursday, and on Thursday, the school went on strike because of, they say there was a hike in school fees. On Thursday, they went on strike, and today, as you joined the strike, and he was crying to me. I was like, after how many years just for him to write his final exam, as he went on strike, like he's just tired.
So he's going to wait.
He's going to wait
as long as the strike will last before he will come back to finish everything.
to write just one paper.
You see the problem.
You know,
Sometimes I feel like these strikes are very unreasonable. These strikes, they are very unreasonable. They don't put the students into consideration. How can you just wake up, we're going on strike because federal government has not done this, they have not done that? We know the country that we're in fact.
My problem here is why would they go on strike for arrears? That is my major problem.
Arrears,
For
not
arrears.
Not even the current payment.
You don't work for
Arrears.
arrears.
Thank you.
Arrears.
Yes, arrears. They are going on strike for arrears. It doesn't make sense. That it's uncalled
These
for.
people are
We should
They
agree
just
that
want attention.
Yes,
They
yes,
just
yes.
want attention.
This is a deliberate act.
It's a deliberate act.
Yes,
It's that they don't
it's
care about the
democracy.
students.
Yes.
as you, they are
They care about
attention
the
seekers.
students.
They are
Yes.
just
Why
seeking
would
attention.
this be
They
a
want to
problem?
blame.
Why would this be a problem? But we cannot really see productive things that these people showcase that their students do. You know, there was a time that one school actually made they planted tomatoes, you understand, and they had to show it out there to the world for people to see, even Gary and all of that. But most of our schools don't even adopt that kind of system. We have people in
No
agriculture department they cannot
productivity, no creativity, nothing
Yes.
new. We don't
Yes.
do
No,
nothing.
someone in agricultural
Not
department,
doing-
but you cannot farm. What kind of agricultural department is that one? No means of practical.
Exactly.
The main interest is
They
just to
are
sell
not
the
even
vegetable.
around. They are not
Can't
around.
even
They are always going out and not
Differentiate.
They can't even differentiate.
They can't do that. It's just so annoying, honestly. But you see this whole ASU talk. I don't know. ASU is even, they go on strike more than even Pengasin. They go on strike more than Pengasin.
Yes,
Exactly.
they do. What
Yeah,
are the
I love what
NLC
they said.
Yes.
I love what the Minister of Education just said. No work, no pay. No work because
No
it's
pay.
getting
If they like,
getting
they
too
go
much.
on strike
Because
because
it's getting. I think
Yes.
this thing is because once they go on strike, the government will call for a peace talk, and then this and that, everything is resolved. And then
yes, they try to reason.
Their shoulders are high,
Yes,
like,
everybody's
okay.
shoulders, their shoulders are being massaged, their egos are being massaged. Everybody will go back to work. But
Yeah, Mary,
let's know
Indeed.
when to draw the
If
line.
when they were able to do this thing, Michelle, I think the federal government should dissolve us to bring
Do what you want
open
to
up
do.
a new union or a new party or whatever. These people, they should just dissolve them, sack them, open up a new one. At least we know where to start from.
This
So
thing
that
they
everything
are
will come.
doing.
Yes,
This thing they are doing.
Let's all this
Gloria.
Let's all this areas.
Gloria, this thing they are doing, they are paving room for private universities to even
Yeah,
go
Thank you
more.
very much. That's the
But
thing. Private university
universities have
keep
become
making
better.
money.
Yes, it has become better,
Yes,
but
day by
more
day.
expensive.
Yes.
It's just that private universities are more expensive.
Not everyone can actually get to afford it.
Exactly.
They're very
That's-
expensive.
You know why it's expensive? It is the maintenance. It is the maintenance they have. They're not waiting for government to do things for them. The facilities they have, and this strike does not really affect them. A lot of things they put into place. That is why it is expensive.
Even let's take example of Delta State University now.
Yes.
They are not under ASU. So now they have more students, but their
Money.
fees if you see the fees
is
they
high,
pay,
yes.
it's a state
It's a
university,
state university,
but the
high.
fees is high. So students will be like,
Yes,
let's go there. There's no
Let's go there.
strike.
These are
After
the
this 4 years,
platforms
4
this ASU strike has created for these people. They don't know.
But you know
One
that
man's
thing.
problem is
Exactly.
another man's solution. Oh.
But you know that thing. I wish a lot of parents asked
Yes.
me. I feel like they would have actually enrolled their kids in private schools.
Of course.
Because the stress of us, you send your
Yes.
child to school, and the next thing your child is back home, coming back to stay at home. You'll be watching at your child is looking at you.
For
And you don't know
months.
if as a child, you don't know if you're
Months,
actually
you'll be home.
start a job.
one-
You don't
I
know
think
if
when
you
they
have
said
to start
2 weeks.
working. You might just start working, and the next thing they call off the strike. You are destabilizing these people. You are confusing them.
Yes.
Sometimes they read for exam. Before the exam commences, you go on strike. They become confused. They don't know where to start from.
Strike.
I know.
And
Most
then when
people-
these strikes,
some of those people
when
that
these
do go
strikes
back
are
to
even
school
called off, universities will be like, we are going straight into writing our exam because we don't have time. We have spent all our time, this blah blah blah. So once the strike is off, immediately that week, the next week they start preparing for exam. And it may be that these lecturers have not even covered the scheme of work for the semester.
Gloria, what you're saying,
Yes.
Gloria, what you're saying is actually true.
Yes.
Because I experienced it myself. We were on a strike.
Yes.
The week that strike was called off, the next week we wrote exams, and I was like,
Exam.
is this
You see?
exam are questions going to come from the topics or the scheme of work that we haven't even touched? And lo and
Yes.
behold, they surprised me. They did surprise me. It was what I expected. Questions that I haven't been taught came out on the
Imagine.
exam.
They will come out.
Jesus Christ. It was seriously, you needed to see the
It
exam.
destabilizes the students, you know. It drops our zeal to want to learn. Now we don't even have the mind to go and read books. We don't want to
That
learn.
is it. The only thing that helped us was that some of them, this introduction, course outline, all these things they give. That was what we used to read and prepare for the exam.
That's for the smart ones now. A lot of people will
Oh,
fail.
yes, a lot of
A
people
lot of people
fail.
will fail.
And trust me, for lecturers use that.
You know one of the damage that this has to cause. You know that sometimes when they go on strike, people that don't feel the need to sit at home. It's not everybody that can sit at home for long.
No.
You get so
Yes,
they will not go
for that long.
so when they start working, students will start one key for school, can't spend money.
Ah.
They will not want to go back again. They don't want to
They
go back.
don't
to
go
school.
back.
They don't want to go
They won't go
back.
back to school
They have
again.
started working. Then when did you think these whole school and scam started? School and scam started with us, so
Yes.
but we don't know
Yes, started with us.
foundation
With
of
us
it.
to
You think it's
strike.
because of the Yahoo boys? It's a lie. There was a time that even University
No.
of Abuja, they said up to 6 months at home, say ASU strike, federal schools, state
Yes,
schools.
no,
You
maybe
get,
7 months. It's not just 6 months, 7 months.
you
8
get. So
months
that
at
was when
home.
the whole
Okay,
school and scam
basically
started. A lot of
strike.
people started working. They didn't see the need to go back again. It's just so annoying. Honestly, I don't know. They
Okay,
make
okay.
things difficult in this country.
Let's bring it down to someone who is 30-something years old, yes, and he just started the university
Nothing like
he
you
wants,
service for you.
because he wants to earn a degree,
Service.
and then you come up with such strike. Someone who is 30-something years old, and he has planned his life. I'll go to school for 4 years or study a 4 years course, and then you destabilize everything. Did you think age is on that person's side to come back to school?
No,
Now you get.
So it destabilizes a lot of people. Let's do better, please. Now, why would you go on strike because of arrears? It doesn't even make sense. Is it because your kids?
And yes, this is why the federal government should dissolve this. They should dissolve this union, this ASU union, and bring up another one, please.
It
Because
doesn't make
if
sense.
we continue like this, they are always going to bring up arrears of 2009. Do you know how many years ago?
Nigeria.
Government has been
It's
changing.
not, they can't dissolve ASU union. It's just like when you have Pengasin as a
You
union.
can't.
Every
dissolve it.
sector has a union. That union will be there. But what I'm trying to say is, the essence of it, is it just because of the strike? What is ASU doing?
I
What
think
positive impact are they creating in the lives of the students?
Creating.
Rather than always
And they've never gone
strike.
on strike to because of the welfare of the students.
Yes, they have
strike.
never gone on strike because of
The
the
welfare of the
students.
students. It's always
For
their own
themselves,
welfare.
yes. Always
yes,
for
the thing
themselves.
is that the problem is that the government have indulged them a lot. They've been indulged
Yes,
a lot.
yes.
I've given them
Their-
too much listening
their-
ears.
Yes, that is why
their
now
shoulders,
that is
their
obvious.
egos have been massaged a lot. So I think
Yes.
the government should know when to come online. And I love what the Minister of Education just said. He said no work, no pay. So that should be maintained.
Okay.
So that people
So
know the
if they
boundaries.
like, they want to do the strike for 1 month.
But
That 1
the
month,
truth
no
is
pay for them.
sometimes federal government wants to just leave them, allow them do their strike. But on the second thought, they think about the
Yes.
innocent students. You
I
understand?
know that's why
Yes,
they
Whose time will
compromise.
be wasted? You know?
And
And I swear, I'm not
if
people that have
yes,
strong
if
heart
they
like us.
don't intervene,
You know,
yes.
has to have mind. They have mind. They have strong
When
hearts.
it comes to money, that's when you see the true nature of a man.
That's true.
It's just
Of
that
course.
it's because of
The thing is,
the
if the federal government now allows them to do the strike and they don't intervene, they will still blame the federal government that federal government has to strike. Oh, they're not saying
no, Gloria. On the other hand, if you want to look at it this other way, the federal government do compromise because of the sake of the students.
That's
Because
true.
they wouldn't want to
students,
wait.
yes.
They wouldn't want, because aside from that, I don't see, it's not even, it doesn't even make sense to compromise. So just for the sake of the students, they just compromise and
The
it
students,
doesn't
so
mean
that
that
so
they're
they
right.
won't say that the federal government is wicked.
Exactly,
That they are not
because
attending to the needs of the
because
students.
people
Yes.
who actually don't know the information, who do not know the details of this thing, will blame it on the government.
Yes.
This is well. So let's move to the next headlines on the Punch. So we have Tinubu under fire over presidential pardon for drug offenders on page 18. You know, even yesterday,
What is putting him under fire?
you know, the thing is when you have opposition party, I've come to understand that opposition party, there is nothing you do that they will not try to bring forth from it. You get what I'm saying? If you keep people in the prison, opposition party will say you are keeping them in prison without
Against their
having,
will.
you understand, any concrete reason why they're in prison.
Exactly.
Then if you try to pardon them, opposition party will come back and say, why did you pardon
You
them?
were compromised.
You understand? That is a shame to the nation, it's a shame to everything you've done. Okay, let's see this story. There are 175, right? Now, the presidency on Saturday released a detailed list of 175 individuals granted the 2025 presidential pardon. Among them, the late nationalist Herbert Macaulay, the late Major General Norman Basta. The one I saw is this one I want to read now. And Miriam Sanda, who was sentenced to death for killing her husband. We know of the lady that killed her husband that was sentenced to death. She was also released.
Yeah.
Nobody is supporting what she did, though. You understand?
Yeah.
Which is wrong, you know. I could see stories online. People are like, no matter what, don't die for anybody. There should not be a reason why you should die. Because
Yeah.
dead cannot speak for themselves. You are gone, you are gone.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
one that is alive will always move on with her life.
Yes.
But the thing, you know that even if Tinubu still leave this for himself, opposition party will still come and complain.
Uh-huh.
Personally, I'm not in support of him leaving them because you cannot kill your husband and because of one thing or the other you are being released. You get the family of that person needs justice. The family of
Yes.
the disease. And how will they feel to see that the woman is out already?
Walking free.
You get why our son is gone. Whoever has had a murder case that has been arrested, the person that lost, whose family has been in pain, you understand, for the death of the disease, how will they feel? Get me here. I am not supporting the fact that he released them. But opposition party say there's this thing they say they too do. Oh. Opposition party too do. They complain over everything. But when they are there,
Yes.
not opportunity to be there, they will not be able to do anything meaningful. You know, it's always good when you see
See, Mary, it's just to make the current government. It's just to make the current government look bad, like they are not doing their work, they are incompetent, they are this and that. It's just to make them look bad and make themselves look like they are able and capable.
Gloria, look at
Yes.
let's bring it down to our daily lives. You do, they talk. You know, do they know they still talk. So is it the one that you have opposition that
Exactly.
These things are expected.
If
That's why they're all opposition.
if
These
ADC
things are expected.
if ADC, you understand, describe the move of him releasing them, right, as pathetic and national disgrace, arguing that it undermines the nation's war against drugs, encourage criminality, and damage Nigeria's international reputation. Story. The thing that that has been damaging Nigeria
They will not talk
reputation,
about
it's
it.
not even about this one. We know what has been damaging our reputation. You get? It's not even about this. So I understand that ADC wants to always be in the news because of the election, make it not be like, say people come and say which name be ADC, so they'll know okay, people
Yeah,
go vote for them.
yes.
So they want to always be in the news. I quite understand, but if you're in opposition, I think you should outline things that are meaningful, that people should be able to
Of
support
course.
you with. Now, you know, there was a time I had to interview NGOs that are into eradication of drugs. Now they will tell you that putting these drug addicts in prison, you know that some of them are still in prison taking the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
You have corrupt
Yes.
prisoners. You have people that are working in prison that are corrupt. You understand? They might even go and buy it for you.
Not they might. That's
You know what these people need? What they need is correctional centers,
Yes,
rehabilitation
rehabilitation
centers,
center.
where people will come
Yes.
and revive them into understanding the dangers.
Yeah.
Then you know when you are not informed, you'll be misinformed. Informing them of the dangers of these drugs. It's not prison. Don't put them in prison.
You keep them
There are
in
different
prison.
kinds
The
for-
police and the ones that are there, they keep giving them these drugs. What is the difference? What's
Now
the
they
difference?
said now this one also said that it amounts to a most responsible abuse of the presidential power of prerogative of mercy to grant express pardon to dozens of convicts held for drug trafficking, smuggling, and related offences, especially when most of these convicts have barely served 2 years in jail for crimes that attract life imprisonment. I quite understand.
But wait.
Correctional centers, rehabilitation centers is what they need.
Yes.
Not even prison in the first. You said 2 years in prison. No, 2 years in prison. What do they learn in prison? Do people learn anything in prison?
I want to
What
I want to
in
look at
prison?
I want to look at this from another angle. Why is it that it is close to election time the governments are doing this? Because if you want to look at it on two
On their
angles,
part, right?
the opposition, so they have their reasons for saying so.
I'm not saying they're wrong, oh.
Yes,
No, they're not wrong.
let's not be biased. Me, I love being neutral.
Yes.
In as much as these prisons will not help these people out, yes, people must be punished for their mistakes. But then, why do you choose this set of persons to release from the prison when there are other victims, people that are suffering from cases they don't have?
For things that they do not do. Yes.
Exactly. So why don't you go if you want to do something? If you want to be justify, is it your governance, your leadership?
For
Why
being
don't
a
you?
good man.
Exactly. Why don't you go for such persons? Why must it be all these people that were actually convicted from something they did? So I don't. Let's look at it from two angles because
I'm not blaming the opposition.
There's
No.
something funny here.
I'm not blaming the opposition because the truth is, even these people we have, this set of leaders we have now,
Yeah.
when they step down, they become opposition.
Of course.
They begin to
Yes.
condemn the things that even when they were here, they did not do. Just like when we have Atiku is everywhere in the news condemning the government. The government, Atiku have rude before. Have you not rude before, sir?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Nothing.
But you know, I don't know why people see more when they're not in seats.
Yeah,
When people are not in seats, they see a lot of mistakes. They become so perfect with no faults.
It's just like the football. When you're watching the football, you'll be like, why did you let that ball pass you? Go this side, go. It's easy to direct.
Enter the
Exactly.
field that
But
plays
now
now.
you cannot do anything.
When you actually have that ball in your hands, what would you do with it?
Nothing.
It becomes difficult.
Nothing. So
God
that's
help
it.
us.
We know too much when we are not in a particular position.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So the last one on the punch before we move to the next story. Fubara retains 8 commissioners, prepares fresh nominees list. Well done, Fubara. I understand. he wants to be in the safe place. You know, you can't
Exactly. Betray me. And I will retain him.
Dangote sacked workers for sabotage. So he will not have cabinet
Yeah.
members, you understand,
That's
that will not be on the
sabotage,
same
yes.
that will not be on the same face with him. If I
Of
want you to work
course.
with me, we should be on the same page. I should know that I should trust you enough that you will not go and say things against me. You know, the time we had this issue, the time Fubara was having issues with Wike, you notice the man that they brought to Federal Capital Territory that was in Abuja here in a hotel, undisclosed, right? That was not talking about the things he said Fubara did, somebody that was his close ally. You're not coming out to condemn him, and he was surprised that you were saying this thing about me.
Yeah.
This politics, a game of interest, a dirty game, anything can happen. So I can't understand when they say, okay, you try to reshuffle your cabinets, you try to bring this one, you try to remove this one and say this one did not actually a kind of do what the federal government say, you get, what the court say. Fine, I understand, but it is what it is. We can't be biased here. If even if you are the one, you get, that is there, you want to put somebody that should do what, you understand, what you want. So Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara is preparing to send a new list of commissioners nominees to the State House of Assembly as part of efforts to reconstitute his cabinet following the end of emergency rule in the state. As if he's coming as a new person again.
That's
They just stress this man. They just stress him for nothing. Okay.
I like what he's doing, because let's say you live in a house and where you keep your key, an unknown person is aware of that place you keep your key. Would you not change it?
You will now.
You will change it.
That's it. So it says this development.
You can see Fubara has a lot of bad blood around him, so he's trying to get
No,
rid of it.
he's not regime in River State is different. He's just unnecessarily stressful and dramatic. His regime is dramatic and it's just so annoying. Okay, so this development comes as the governor has decided to retain 8 commissioners who were unaffected by the Supreme Court judgments that recognize Martin Amawule as the authentic speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. So if the Supreme Court judgment did not favor you, you go. Fubara brings in another person. It is what it is. You get?
Yes.
So there are no two ways about it. Okay, we move forward to the next paper. We don't have much time again, which is the Daily Times. Trying to get. Wow. I think it wasn't added here. Okay. Let's just look at the Tribune. Let's see it on the slide. Okay, so let's take a look at the Tribune paper. Let me see the big story on the Tribune. Federal government still the same. That's why most times I don't like reading the big stories, because you see repetition of what has been on the other paper.
Yeah.
You get. So we
Yes.
have is the Tribune paper I'm trying to get. I don't know why it keeps running. Why is the thing running now? Calm down. Running to another place. Okay, says federal government threatens no work, no pay as asked to declare student strike. Same thing with, right. So the story I wanted to talk about here in the Tribune is Nigerians set for alternatives over scarcity of cooking gas. You see this pen gas in it?
Right.
Except you're not using cooking gas. The news is not new. Except you're not using cooking gas in your houses. It's not a new story.
Oh, yes.
This is just so sad. It's just so annoying. Because I don't understand pen gas in at all. They tell me Dangote sacks staff and you have the mind to go on strike. Then cooking gas becomes you know one thing I'm thinking? If the way the price of this cooking gas has gone high, not that it has gone up, after they call off the strike and they come back,
It will remain
I
there.
hope it will not be
It
affected.
will nothing goes up in price in Nigeria. It will stay
See,
there.
even though it will come down, it will take time.
Edith is right. Nothing goes
It
up
will
in
not
Nigeria.
come
will
down.
not come
Maria,
down.
take that mindset off. It will not come down.
Nigeria will be out.
Whatever goes up in
And we are
Nigeria
entering
as
into
per price will not
Very
come
nice.
down.
We are entering
That
into
is
December. So this will be difficult for citizens. We're already complaining about the oh
What
God.
did we do to
And
deserve
now-
all this punishment from this?
Okay, look at transportation. When the fuel price was reduced, did your transportation reduce?
Did you hear driver saying anything again? The one is to announce that it's high. They will not.
I
Someone
didn't
knows.
I didn't say anything though.
The driver have one job to do in Nigeria. Announce when transport is high and tell you that the transport is now doubled. You get.
That is it.
But their job, you understand, is not to reduce the price.
They will not. They will not. Instead of that, what they would do is, I remember when the transportation was high. You know this taxi where you sit 2 in front, 4 at the back. So when the transportation was high, They were taking 2 at the front, 4 at the back. Yes. So when the floor price was stable, when it became low, do you know what they did? Instead of reducing that price, the price of the transportation, they rather took 1 person in front, then 4. They maintained 4 at the back. You see sense? So the thing go reduce. Once anything is high, even somebody selling vegetable will tell you, Mama, you don't know say transportation cost and see something you pluck from your farm.
That's where you pluck from backyard where we know.
Oh, Mary, could this be a disguise for themselves, for their own benefits? Because now they are blaming it on Dangote.
Okay, imagine they never even announced it. They didn't even announce it that they were going on strike. 12 stations were already locked up.
My dear.
And you're telling me
it's
what?
a thing of celebration.
That's what I'm saying. For their own benefits, oh.
Yes, well, one problem is another man's solution.
It's not one man's food again. It's not one man's food again. It's a problem. You get? So, I like the fact that also say no work, no pay.
Yeah.
It's a nice one. I don't even need
federal
to.
government.
That is
Yes.
most of the big stories are repetition of whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, we have talked before. So I just want to go. Let's just look into this last story, which I don't really think is even wrong, but everybody just share their view though. So we have an analyst seeks data harmonization to use NIN for elections. So
Yes.
what do you think
I
about this?
support
Do you think
it.
NIN is a good one?
Yes,
Or
oh,
okay.
it's good.
I support
If they
that.
use NIN, a lot of people will be able to participate because almost
Because they're
everybody
saying
has
this
NIN.
voters. This one is no in voter registration. This one has not. This state is no in voter registration. How many people have time to go and start doing voter registration?
Don't say how many people have time to go and do voter. Some Nigerians, we actually have the time, but who would attend to us? You see a very long line, very long queue.
Using NIN is not bad. Using NIN, you get a lot of turn-ups. Because a lot of people already have NIN, and if you save them the stress of, I want to do voters card instead of use my NIN.
The problem here is that we have Nigerians who are willing to go out to get this voters card.
Sure.
But people to attend to them. Imagine 4 persons can be assigned to attend to Nigerians coming for voters card. Then you see a long queue. But 1 person is attending to that long queue, whereas there were 4 persons assigned to this.
Avoid all that.
These are tired of that. My business. I don't need my job and stand on the queue for 4 hours just to, at the end of the day,
get voters card for me to be able to vote.
So let the NIN go. I support it.
You know, with NIN, we have more people that can vote. You
Exactly,
get?
yeah.
With NIN,
Yeah.
we have more people that can
We have
vote.
more people that can vote. Yes.
I will tell you for free that a lot of people don't get to get this voters
Yes,
card.
we don't get it. Yes.
So it will restrict them from voting at the end of the day. So the NIN is good.
Yes,
After all,
so
what do they see the NIN? SIM registration. They will use NIN to register your SIM, use it to register another person's SIM. You get very anyhow people. I don't understand.
All your information is in your NIN. So what they want to get about you, it's inside your NIN. So it's good. It's good validation.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think the same information now. It's the same thing now. The same information that you give out there, it's the same information that
That's
they have.
inside your NIN.
So I don't know why it should be only voters. Please, they should look into this. It's very important.
Voters card.
It's very important. So yes.
You see,
Now,
voters
a lot
card,
of people.
it expires, whereas NIN doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yes.
expire.
This is another valid point. Yes.
NIN should
Go for
go
NIN.
because all these farmers, during
A lot of people have it.
time for election,
Yes,
I see
they have
the
it.
interior parts of the villages to get voters. So all these farmers, if you check well, like the last time they conducted election, some of them didn't have a voters card. Do you understand? But they were
Yes.
voting. But now,
We're not able to
you have-
vote.
yes, NIN should go because I believe as a Nigerian, you should have a means of identification.
Everyone has
Yes.
NIN. That's the
And
truth.
it
Everyone
will
has.
help too for those that do not have the NIN, they can get it, especially for all those
Perfect.
village women.
So please, we are supporting
Yes.
the NIN. we can, so that they can use it.
Getting the NIN is easy.
We are not saying that they should cancel the
Getting
voters card, no. But if you don't have voters card,
voters
you're eligible to vote with your NIN. It's very
Exactly.
important. You are Nigeria, as long as you are 18 and above, you should be able, because I don't know why we have NIN. People just want to use it only in banks. Why can't we use it to vote? What's so special about not using it to vote?
Mary, do you know that the tricky part of this thing is that in voters card it can expire? Do you understand?
You have to come and register again.
Yes, and any information you give, you can give any information while registering for your voters card, because you know it will expire and you discard that and go for your. But in NIN you cannot play such tricks.
You can't.
You have to give your valid information. So I think
Valid information.
yes, you cannot play with that.
All your documents linked to it, yes.
So this is a
yes.
sample of NIN for those that don't have it. You get?
Okay.
Very, very important. I don't know why it's looking like it's difficult. It's something that many people have, as long as you have your bank.
You can have the temporary one
Yeah.
and laminate it so it doesn't get bad.
It's a means
You
of
can get the
identification.
card or
All your information is there. Not like you are giving the false information. They are there. It doesn't
Unlike
even get
the
to
voters
expire.
card,
Yes.
yes.
Do you know that NIN is even better?
it's better because you can't give
Yeah.
a false information. But on voters card, you can give a false information with the mindset that it will definitely.
First name, you can give a first name, first date of birth, first everything about yourself.
You can even
Yes.
get more than one self. But in NIN, you
Yes.
cannot.
You can't.
No, it's just one.
Yes, it's just one.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Edith, for your time on the show. Thank you so much, Gloria. Thank you so much, Dorcas. Thanks, girls, for bringing out time to be here today. And this will be a good place to wrap up the show. On the newspaper review, I believe we've been able to analyze most of our headlines, and we've been able to bring solutions to them. We are not saying our solution is the last though, or is the final, but we say what we think is right. Just that somebody proposed NIN. If you think it's not right, come out and tell us why you think NIN, you understand, it's not right for voting, and you think voters card is the best for voting. I believe when you have your reason, you should be able to defend it to get.
Yeah.
So that's it. Please don't forget to follow us on our social media page. Tell a friend to tell a friend about SRTV. Click on our subscribe button. Don't forget to leave us with your thoughts. Let's get to know what you think about SRTV. And we'll see you again tomorrow. I remember your girl, Mary Alize. Right?
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined.